What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Brother Blackest Night sent me this particular story of this situation happening in Rwanda. Now, I recently was in the great country of Rwanda, and I must say, out of every country I've been to on the continent of Africa, I believe it is the best run. I look at the facilities from what I have seen. I see the organization, the administration. I have flown Rwanda Airways business class. The service to me is at the same level, if not better. And I'm just being honest. What I received at Qatar Airways, maybe a little bit less than that, but they're doing a great job. They are a country trying to compete for the African market. They are trying to run a country in the right way. And I know that's controversial because they have what some would say an authoritarian dictator in Paul Kagame. And I recently been in Lagos, that's operated as a democracy, and then coming to Rwanda. I would say I would much rather live in a place that had Kagame running the country than what I saw in Nigeria. Okay, but be it as it may, people don't like his leadership, and he could be wrong for certain things. I'm not sure. I don't know Mr. Kagame. I have a lot of respect for how organized the country was from when I was there. And some of these things come with strict laws based on how people behave. And I heard about these things, especially in COVID, if you got called out past the curfew, some of the things that they would do to you, and it would make you stand up all night and things, crazy things. But, he's also been kind of, people have criticized him for the way he treats some of the ladies there that have indecent dressing. Now, being in, let's say in Uganda or Kenya, and I've been there at the entertainment or night scene, ladies can come out however they want. A lot of freedom in Uganda or in Kenya. However, in 2020, there were some ladies who were publishing some videos that were naked on Instagram. Those ladies were caught. Those ladies were sentenced to 36 months in prison. In fact, they're still locked up to this day. All right. Now, this lady also that we're talking about today, also, who was 24 years old, went to a music concert in which she had fishnet attire. The problem with the photo that I saw, and like I said, I'm a man and I like to see it, but there was nothing underneath the fishnets. Okay. And, she was looking good, from what I can see, but the fishnet photo in itself was problematic. We can't even show you that because, YouTube will be banned, but it was showing the breasticles, brother, and all of that. And like I said, she was looking quite good, but we just can't show you what she was really working with on that particular day. All right. So she has been apprehended. She will face 6 months to 2 years in prison. Now, there are other people who is upset, like Jessie Magusha, whoever that person is. This person says she risked 6 months to 2 years for expressing herself with her choice of clothing. If you don't make a stand right now, fight for her. This will be a norm going forward. Fighting for her is fighting for yourself. This is an attempt to kill a big part of the entertainment and night economy. She's a video vixen. She was at a concert at night. The age of Instagram, music videos, indecency cannot be defined as narrowly. Gonzaga Mnangagwa tweeted. Okay, so people are upset. But now let me just say this. Okay, I was in a restaurant the other day in Lagos on Victoria Island. People that were dressed indecently could not even get in. All right. And what I want to talk about also is a lot of times in third world countries, women are often in danger, sometimes of things happening to them because of what is being dressed. And I know that Rwanda is a country that wants to protect the women in its society. But here's what you don't understand. 63% of the politicians in Rwanda are women. Okay? Let me say this before y'all start getting mad at the men holding the women back. 63% of politicians in Rwanda are female. So you know who's upholding this situation? Women. Okay? Women. I believe the number is at least between 50 to 60% of them. So who's really enforcing this? Women politicians. They don't want it. You guys can blame Kagame all you want, but a lot of the good policies happening in Rwanda are enforced by women because most men, we're not going to really care like that for the most part, especially unless it's a Muslim country. We like to look too. Women don't want themselves to be out here like that. And see the difference why Rwanda operates so perfectly, in my opinion, in other aspects. I'll leave you this to be decided because they can discipline their people. In Black America, we can't discipline our folks. If you want to be a nighttime celebrity, if you want to be an Instagram model, if you want to be an influencer, here's what you do, young lady. Go to Uganda, go to South Africa, wear it over there. Okay? Don't do it in Kigali. And I'm not trying to say that because I want to be mean. I'm trying to say that because that's the rules. Enforced by politicians that are female. All right? So you already knew not to wear that. You did it anyway, and now here what you're saying is, well, it's not right. Go. All you gotta do is if you don't want to follow the rules, go somewhere that it's allowed. Go to Kampala. You can wear anything at nighttime in Kampala. Lagos, Johannesburg. You can dress up as Barney the goddamn dinosaur. There. But people don't want to follow rules. And you want to be able to do whatever you want to do. And once people can do whatever they want to do, they destroy everything in the society. Look at Black America. All they gotta do is look at our community where you can't enforce any laws. You can't enforce any boundaries. You can't police people. People destroy everything. Businesses are destroyed. Communities are destroyed because idiots don't follow rules, right? Anywhere in the world. If you don't enforce these things, how can you keep society in? And I understand this is something that's cruel. I wouldn't enforce this rule. But I can tell you what, when you go to Rwanda, you don't see people peeing on the side of the street like you do in other African countries. You don't see dirt on the ground. You see people who have some sort of pride in themselves and how they act. You don't see that in most countries I've been to in Africa. You don't see it. You don't see it. People throwing things everywhere. No kind of respect for the country that they live in. Rwanda, you don't see that. You see a proud people trying to achieve to the top level and make an example of themselves, people to be proud of. And if they don't want their women out there dressing half naked outside at events, it's the rules. Okay? This is not nothing about hating against women, because if a man does the same thing, he'll go to jail too. The men just know better to do that. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson. Back at it again for another episode of The Celebrity Junkie. Appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe at the bell. Check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains an all-time high. I'm out.